How's everyone doing? Hope you're all having a fantastic day, and welcome back to another weekly third-party development update video. Again, thank you very much for all the support in the latest videos. It does mean a lot. Every single like and subscribe helps the channel out a lot and the algorithm to support the video or push the video to more people. So again, helps us a lot. Let's get into the video because there's a lot of news to cover in this week, so we'll get right into it. First of all, Just Flight teased their new Tornado GR1. It's separate from their Hawk T1, which is perfect for high speed and low altitude flying. It will feature 8K textures and study leveled system. The Panavia Tornado GR1 was one of the first of its type, and when it entered service, one of the most modern fighters introduced in Germany, as a successor to the F-104G starfighters. Features include swing wing and thrust reversal for shared takeoff and landing and low-level flight capability. The designation IDS stands for Introduction Strike and detonate the basic version as a fighter bomber. It forms the basis of the reconnaissance version. The ECR Tornado is especially designed for reconnaissance and engagement for radar-based air defense in command and control system, which are engaged with so-called high-speed anti-radiation missiles, or HARM. There is no release date, but textures seem to be completed, as well as the animation for reverse spoilers and so on. So hopefully this will be coming out in the very near future. Just like we went on last week, more screenshots were shared for the A2A Comanche, or the Comanche by A2A. In their forum post included the statement that they're working around the clock to make this the very best airplane we've ever made in every aspect, physical, visual, and all. More information can be found on the last week update video if you want to get more information on the Comanche. FS2 Crew updated their Leonardo Mad Dog X edition. The new version 1.1.5 brings the following features and fixes. For instance, you have new French and Spanish voice sets spoken in English but with accent. They have fixed the incorrect audio file, the galley power, updated the PDF manual, they fixed the checklist triggers so they no longer trigger during takeoff and landing, they fixed the TCAS tests, they fixed the EGT and fuel flow callouts, and they also fixed the starting pre-flight events without power will no longer restore Captain Flow Assists text. And then moving on to SimWorks Studio Development, who updated on their Dash-7. The exterior model has now fully been completed and animated. The interior model has been completed with texturing and animation being the next major task. Looking at the pictures, we can see that development is still in fairly early phases and will take some time before it is completely finished. When it comes to the system depth, the team said that the level of system complexity will not be overwhelmingly yet accurate and feature rich. And there is also no release date for the Dash-7. Next up, we have the Roman Design, who released the Oshawa Executive Airport. Oshawa Executive Airport is a municipal airport adjacent to the northern end of the city of Oshawa in Ontario, Canada. It is the busiest general aviation airport without scheduled airline service in the Greater Toronto Area by aircraft movement and one of the busiest general aviation's only airports in Canada. The features are that it has custom high-resolution PBR materials, over 50 handcrafted airport buildings meticulously modeled for full immersion, NAF Canada ATC tower with interior modeling, 4 open hangars with interior modeling and starting spots, handcrafted runways with custom authentic Canadian strip marking and true to life and charts. Lighting, they now look like a Canadian runway should look like. Custom taxiways, custom taxiway night lighting, custom taxiway signs true to life. It's going to cost you $19.99 on their website. Next up, we have Aeroplane Haven, who have updated on their Chipmunk. They now have, or the features of this update are that the fuel now correctly feeds from both, despite the previous loaded flight or any other modification by end user. Left fuel gauge now reading correctly. Compass bezels now correctly can be moved in an anti-clockwise or clockwise direction. Rear compass lock is now independent to the front cockpit. Radios can now be turned off, or the nav power is dependent on the comm power. Carb heat mouse issues have been resolved. Ground flight switches were closer to the real thing. Number 18 on the manual is in the correct place for the the birdcage model. Copilot missing the issue the Copilot missing issue has been fixed. Minor modeling and textures issues have been corrected. AUW adjusted to 2,100 pounds. RPM performance curve has been adjusted, and the plain paint textures folder supplies for repainters. It's going to cost you $28.95 in the Orbex store or in the Sim Market if you do want to get the Chipmunk by Aeroplane Haven. Next up, we have an update for the Freeware A350 by Digital Flight Dynamics. There's a full 10-minute video that shows all the latest news about the aircraft, and if you're very interested in this, there will be a link down in the description for the video, as well as a link to the Discord channel where you can check up and stay up to the latest news when it comes to the A350 by Digital Flight Dynamics. In the video, we can see external and internal process, and towards the end there's a couple of small clips of the plane in action. Hope to see this coming to the simulator in the very near future. 8th on the list, we have Flight 2 High has released the Fresno Yosemite International Airport. KFAT is home to various military and government operators, such as Fresno Police Department, California Highway Patrol, and also the 144th Flight Fighter Wing. The features are that it has highly detailed models with high resolution textures, custom jetways, up-to-date runway, taxiways, apron and stand layouts, custom and accurate taxiway signage, accurate terrain elevation, runway profiles, realistic nighttime dynamic lighting, terminal interior for a national and international terminal, human animation, and it's going to cost you 1620 euros from the simmarket.com store. Next on the list, we have Twentynine Palms, who have released Twentynine Palms Airport. Kind of fits with the name, doesn't it? Twentynine Palms Airport covers an area of 480 acres at an elevation of 1,888 feet or 575 meters above the sea level. It has 2 asphalt paved runways. For the 12-month period ending in February 16th of 2006, the airport had operated 18,000 aircrafts and an average of almost 50 per day. The features of this airport are that it has complete coverage of the airport and surrounding area with high-resolution satellite imagery, 0.25 meters per pixel, realistic night lighting using almost exclusively dynamic lights, high-resolution textures, 2048 pixel, to the power of 2 with full PBR, over 100,000 hand-placed and custom-made rocks and vegetation objects, complete reconstruction of the airport lighting equipment with realistic custom-made taxi, runway, rail lights, hazard lights, and beacons, and animated 3D people and eagle. So it has an animated eagle, which is pretty nice. It's going to cost you 10 euros in the Aerosoft store. Then last on the list, we have the update to the CRJ. The update 1.0.17.0 brings the following changes to the CRJ. They have fixed multiple issues with the flight plan sequence. They fixed multiple issues with the DIR, INTC, and DIR2 functions. Fixed fuel and time predictions. Fixed an issue that would cause VNAV informations to disappear from the MFD, fixed the minimum callouts when MDA is issued, fixed rain being visible on the side panel on the CRJ1000 Iberia ECMJP, fixed radio management panel. They added terrain radar, which is very nice, I love that feature, and they added APU exhaust effects, as well as they added support for the Microsoft Flight Simulator steering axis, and finally they added the CRJ 550 max passenger check on the perf init page. Again, that is all the news for today. Well, this week, like I said, there's a lot of news and a lot of cool stuff in there. There was a couple of more news, but I didn't want to show you too many airports because it's just going to be repetitive and they weren't that interesting. But next week, hopefully, there's going to be even more news, and I might cover some that came out this week because this video was just a long video. So again, if you did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe, and also comment, because it does mean a lot for the algorithm and for myself to keep making this video. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.